Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our podcast.
My name is MJ.
And my name is Ray. And today we will be talking about Penthouse Season 3 finale, episode 14.
Yeah, we'll just be doing a recap of the episode and saying goodbye to the show.
Yeah. After 48 episodes, 3 seasons, and more deaths than I can count, Penthouse has finally come to an end.
Yes, it's definitely bittersweet to see it end, but in a way, I'm kind of glad it ended because we had some closure and it's done for because it's been such a long journey to get to this point. Okay, all right, let's start now. Okay, so we left off episode 13 with the scene of Shim So-dang and Chol So-jin arguing. In this scene, Chol So-jin pushes Shim So-dang off of the cliff as the police are coming because she was angry that Shim So-dang was trying to expose her and not let her carry out her plan that she had been working on.
Yeah, she sabotaged this entire plan of her leaving the country and finally having a happy ending with her with her daughter.
Yeah, definitely sad. And then because of that, they didn't find Shim So-dang's body, and she was dead.
Yep,
they couldn't find her body. And then we see her court scene where they're showing all the evidence and deciding if she's guilty or not. And Eunbil actually comes and testifies as a witness because she has seen the death of her own grandfather, the death of Eun-hee, and of Shim So-dang. Yeah, so she told the whole court everything. Her mom was faking her dementia. And at the end, she even slit her own throat because she did not want to take part of this anymore, not be part of the world. Which is so sad to see because she's so young, and to think that she felt so much burden because of what her mom did that she felt the need to take their life.
Yeah, and I think, she saw that her voice, that passion of being a great soprano was the reason she committed these heinous crimes. So she just wanted to break free from that prison. And honestly, I think like slitting her throat, I think that was the only thing she saw for her escape.
Yeah. Sadly, our prediction for that did come true though. Like a couple episodes back, we said that the mule might harm herself or kill herself to get rid of her mother's possessiveness, and it did kind of come true.
What a small world, huh? Like what goes around comes back around. Chol So-jin, she did the same exact thing to Eun-hee, whatever, 25 years ago, and now the same thing has happened to her daughter. She won't be able to sing, and she can't live out her dream of being a great soprano.
Yeah, it was definitely a very hard scene to watch. And then we also find out that Chol So-jin obviously gave up her act because her daughter slit her throat and she was worried. So they found out that she was actually faking her dementia, and she was sentenced to life in prison. Yeah, and then after that,
then we get a 3-year jump.
Yep, and we see what has been happening to everyone else and what they've been up to. First, we have Jenny's mom. She is working alongside the person that she idolizes the most. She's doing really well for herself, actually. Her and her daughter are going to move into the penthouse of the Simone
Constructions.
Yeah.
Like the land everyone has been fighting for, the Cheongsu district. Yes, was finally built and it went to her.
Yeah, and we even find out that even though she is gaining so much wealth, she's also donating like $10 million to charities. So it's good to see her doing well for her daughter and herself.
And we also find out that her husband is coming out of prison soon, so he's going to be discharged. Yeah, I think they're going to have their happy ending soon.
Yeah, for sure. Well, especially now that Day is gone. Yes. And then we find out that the lawyer has been released from prison and he is working at a sauna, while also trying to promote his business of Alaskan ice. Which I'm not sure where he got that idea from. Like before, everything happened. He was still a lawyer, he was still a businessman. So I would assume he would have a different, at least creative and useful idea to start a business on. But Alaska Nice.
Exactly. What?
I was so confused. But he was sent back to prison after not paying someone.
Mhm.
So that was the last we saw of him.
Unfortunately,
Mm,
but also please don't, take people's money.
right. We find out that Sukuna is working as a tutor,
Mhm.
um, which I'm happy for her because she seems like she loves what she does, but she doesn't feel pressure like she
Mhm.
did at school. Because she still does love singing and she's doing a really great job as a
Yeah.
tutor.
And now she is doing everything at her own pace. She
Mm-hmm.
did mention that she's paying for tuition.
Mm-hmm.
So we assume that she's going to college. And she's truly happy with the place she is right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's no competition. There's no one, like you said, no one pressuring her.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm happy to see that for her.
Yeah.
We also find out that besides her tutoring, she's also working part-time at like a cafe.
Like a barbecue restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this is such a great change from her. She went from being kind of a spoiled
Mm-hmm.
brat into a hardworking, compassionate person.
Yeah.
And she's kind and she's caring, and we see that when she helps out a homeless man who's
Mm-hmm.
starving outside.
Yeah, for sure. And this scene though was kind of a shocker because it kind of sort of indicated that it could have been Judante by well his costume first because he also dressed up as an old man. And also what he said to Sokuna, it seemed like they knew each other and she was visibly shocked by it. So at first we were like, wait a minute, is this Gigante? How did that guy survive 3 bullet shots, like 3 gunshots,
Right through his brain too.
and like a huge fall from the penthouse
Yes.
with the
No.
whole building collapsing on him? We were like, I can't. We
Are the
don't believe
writers feeling
this.
us season 4? Like, what is happening? Why did they put this in?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think it's him. I think he died. There's no trace of Judante anymore. I just think, he kind of had a sad life. Their features also kind of look alike, so she
Mm,
was startled to hear that kind of familiar voice. But
mm,
I don't think
yeah.
it's him.
She might have been reminded of her dad, but
No.
it cannot be him
Mm-mm,
at all.
mm-mm.
We also see Umbil. She is working at a church, like we had predicted in the last episode. She also seems happy. She's doing well for herself. And I think she chose this more so to get rid of her and her mom's past like sins, their wrongdoing. And I mean, her mom seems proud of her.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can see Cho Jin. She's in jail, and oh, I did not imagine the great Cho Jin having
This tragic ending.
yeah. Well,
I think many of you know that she was one of our favorite characters. I know she was evil. I know she was
yeah,
terrible.
it doesn't justify what she did,
No, no.
but her character was just so cunning and powerful. Like, I don't know, she was amazing.
I think we were really drawn to her from, well, season 1, but especially season 2. And I think that kind of just like kept us for season
Yeah,
3. Um,
for sure.
but yeah, a powerful actress played a powerful character. So
And that's why we were so heartbroken to find out in this scene that Cho Jin had cancer.
yes.
She has.
And it's what is it, laryngitis cancer?
Mhm.
And well, in the previous season, they did mention that she was having trouble with her throat. I mean, she couldn't really sing in that one performance.
Mhm.
So like I guess she didn't get that treated, and it worsened over time.
Yeah.
So
And it could have also been a side effect of the medicine. Shimsui got
Mhm.
injected, like, I don't remember what episode it was, but it was a season. It could have also been a side effect from
Possibly,
that.
yeah. So
Okay.
because of the cancer, she is having hair loss. So she cuts her hair,
Mhm.
and this is what's shown in this scene.
Yeah, and because of cancer, they let her out on a 3-day special leave, quite possibly to see her daughter and to say goodbye. So this is where we see her coming to Umbil's church, checking up on her, and although she is there, she never actually saw or let Umbil see her. But she also did rent a motel like right across the street from the church so she can hear her daughter and be as close to her daughter as possible without making her daughter feel uncomfortable. But sadly, Cho So-jin committed suicide.
And she left a very heartfelt message to her daughter, where she kind of apologized for everything she's done and just said I love you to her. Just to make sure that she knows that.
Yeah, Umbil was definitely the one person she cared for the most. She was her rock, and even before she died, Umbil was the last person she was thinking of. Like, she had their photo. And it was so sad to see because Umbil was actually going to go visit her in prison too.
Yeah, and that's
what she's song for her.
Yeah, she's preparing for that performance. Yeah, I don't know.
Let me see. Cho So-jin died. I kind of wish for a better death for her, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just like she was just so powerful, and I feel like she seems so vulnerable and weak here. And I guess that's just the last type of way, like death scene that I imagine for her.
I think for all the crimes she's committed, this was a very justified death.
For sure, yeah.
It's ironic because she was surrounded by so many people when she had money, right? And when she was powerful, like everyone was like, "Oh my God, the great Cho So-jin." And then when she had nothing, and when she committed these murders, when she got caught, there was no one to help her. No one visited her. I mean, in real, she obviously did love her mom, and she was preparing this performance for her mom, but she didn't even come visit her for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So she was very alone, and it kind of just goes to show, like,
money can't buy everything.
No, and the end of your life really shows the kind of life you lived. So
yeah, for sure. And then we get to Verona and So-kun.
Happier note.
We see that Verona has accumulated a great amount of success and fame. Verona is studying in Italy. And So-kun has been studying in Austria. Verona is actually a famous prima donna, and she's come back to perform with So-kun, and they hold like a great concert. And we see that they thank Logan, the chairman, and Jenny's mom also sees Shim So-yeon. So we are left with questions as to like what happened. And that's when
before we get to that, I just want to say that it's great that they are finally together with no hiccups, no one separating them. They finally got that pasta date that he promised her last season.
First season, I think.
Oh, was it?
I think it was the first season.
Come on, so good. How long should it take you? But yeah, I'm finally glad they're together. I think I mentioned in one of our previous videos that the actress who plays Verona, she said that when asked like who So-kun is to Verona, she said he's her first love. So I was kind of, going into the last episode, I was like, oh, maybe they won't be together. Like maybe something will happen. Maybe the sparks are not there anymore after not being together for like 3 or 4 years. But they're finally together. That is such a great ending. They're both happy, healthy, and successful.
Yeah. And they also seem to get along well with all of their friends. They seem like they all apologize and have accepted each other and their flaws.
I think, all the kids, I think they had a very happy ending. I think, for everything they have gone through, it was a very well-deserved ending.
Yeah, sure. And then we actually go 3 years in the back again.
Yeah,
in the past.
A big twist.
Which we were very confused about what was happening while watching. And it wasn't towards like 5 minutes before it ended where we finally figured it out. But we go all the way back to when Shim So-yeon just killed Ji. So her and Logan were planning on getting Chol So Jin at like revenge on Chol So Jin. And this is when we find out that they had planned to bring Chol So Jin to the cliff. And what's it called? That's when they wanted her to admit everything. And we find out that
When this is when they want is where they're trying to get a confession from Cho So Jin. But and Logan is aware that something might happen just because of the height of the cliff. So he prepares well for it. He prepares a life jacket, a GPS device, everything. But there's something within Shimsuran because she thinks she hasn't lived a very pure life. And she has committed the same crimes. It's just not for the same reason. She wanted revenge while, their like their crimes were more out of, just hatred. She wanted revenge, and she admits that because of this um hunger for revenge, so many people lost their lives, and um so many kids lost their parents.
yeah.
So she admits that, and she starts feeling very guilty.
Mm-hmm.
So when she meets Cho So-jin, we see that she actually allows herself to fall off the cliff.
Yeah, she kind of actually grabs Chol So Jin and she pulls her to make it seem like Chol So Jin is pulling Shinsu down and pushing her. So she actually technically committed suicide
Mhm,
and pushed herself off the cliff, which I didn't expect her to do.
mhm.
But this is the scene where we also find out Shim Sudan is for sure dead. So
Yes.
all of the rumors, that she might be alive are all debunked.
I thought she was going to be alive.
Yeah, me too, especially considering it didn't seem like a horrible fall. And then we also find out after that scene, Shim Sudan comes and visits Logan, and we also find out that Logan is also dead.
Yes. So he died, about two years after Shincharan died, or like a year after.
I don't think they
So,
mentioned, but a while after.
and he was, I think, in a great state of depression after he lost the love of his life. And his bone marrow cancer returned. He didn't want to get treatment because I think he was just done with everything that he's gone through.
Yeah.
He couldn't imagine a life without Shimsuran, so he kind of, you know, let the cancer take over him.
Yeah, and it was really sad to see that. Um,
But he still left a legacy. He, built this, the Cheongsu district. Um, everything is under his name, and Verona performs this concert as a to remember him, as a
mhm,
present to him.
yeah,
So
for sure. And then we all see Shim Sudan and Uyun Hee's deaths once again, um, signify the end of that. And let's go back to like after during the concert, Logan Lee came out to see Shim Soyan. So it kind of makes us think that Logan didn't know he was dead or something. Because during the concert, he stood up and he like said this whole speech when in reality the people at the concert could not see him because he had already passed away, and they were looking at like a memorial that was set for him. So it seemed like Shim Soyan took Logan and took him away.
yeah, she came back to take him.
Yeah, so he could finally rest in peace. And yeah, I think maybe Logan still was like not accepting he died because he wanted to find Shinsuke again.
Or he just had more work. Maybe there was something else he dreamed of. Maybe he thinks he hasn't um not definitely taken more revenge on like the murder of Minsola, but maybe he wanted to do something more. Because in his speech, he mentioned her. He mentioned that he wanted this foundation, this empire that he built to remember his late sister and to like support talented young people in their journey to, become successful singers and artists. So maybe there's something else he dreamt of that he hasn't quite done before he passed away.
Yeah. But I did not expect them both to die. But I think it was a nice ending overall. I was just confused on quite a few things. Now that we're done with the recap, let's talk about what we actually thought about it. So Logan saw Shin Suran at the concert, and we found that they were both dead, and the reason he was able to see Shin Suran is because he has passed away. But then Jenny's mom also saw Shin Suran.
Mm-hmm.
So does that give like an indication that she's sick, that she's possibly gonna pass away, or was that just like a coincidence?
Oh, you think it could be someone with that kind of hair, or like that kind of physique? Because it really did when even when we saw like Jenny's mom was like, oh my god, who was that? We kind of saw Shimshirong's face too. We were like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, I think it might be if the writers are planning a fourth season. I think that might be something they're hinting at in the future. If not, then I just found it weird that they included that scene because Jenny's mom is doing well for herself. She's not sick, so how come she's able to see Shimseran but no one else can?
Hmm. Maybe I mean um she's a little bit older. Maybe like at that moment, Jenny saved her mom from going to that person, going
Hmm,
to who she thought was Shimshirong. Maybe there was something going on, and Jenny saved her from death. Possibly,
maybe,
you know.
yeah, maybe.
That's why she didn't go see her. Um, but yeah, that was an interesting ending. I don't know quite how to feel about it.
I Well, I guess maybe since it's Penthouse, I expected a dramatic ending. It was more, I guess
Mellow,
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
mellow.
It was more calm, more like composed than I expected. I felt like, since Penthouse, there's so many unexpected things. I like definitely expecting something shocking.
Well, I mean, the season 1 and 2, we had shocking endings,
Mm,
and this season, the finale seemed more of a farewell. It was kind of a goodbye to the
yeah,
audience. So it was definitely, surprising, but it did give us a lot of closure.
yeah, it did. I agree with you. It did definitely fit. I think the reason everyone might be unsatisfied because we want more.
Mhm.
But overall, I think you're right. It did wrap up nicely. Well, that is it for today's video and for Penthouse overall. We hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching.
If you like, please give us a thumbs up. If you have any other thoughts, and please put them down in the description box. Like, let us know. Like, what did you
Mhm.
think of Penthouse? Whether it be season 1, 2, or 3, or the finale.
Yeah, just let us know. We are planning on starting a new TV show. Next week, we're going to be doing reviews and predictions for that one. Let us know if you have any TV shows you would want us to react to or do videos on.
Or the ones you're currently watching.
Yeah, it will be fun to watch. We're always looking to start a new K drama. And lastly, we would like to thank everyone who has been watching our videos, supporting us, liking them, and to our subscribers. We really appreciate it. And we hope you continue to like and enjoy our videos. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.